Yahoo and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mara and as you can see, I'm not alone today. I am with my brother, one of my brothers. He is 3 years younger than me and we've been pretty close. And today we are opening up my new segment or series on this channel where I basically start a podcast, a video podcast, I would say. I hope that's interesting for you. If so, leave a comment below, like this video, and then I will continue with the video podcast. If not, then that's fine too, and we will probably stop. But as you know, I have a lot of stuff to talk about, so we will probably continue. I thought today we would talk about our favorite childhood games. We played a lot of console games like PS, like 1, 2.
Yeah, I don't know, together maybe only PlayStation 1 and like Nintendo, Super NES, but I guess that's all we played together.
Yeah. I remember...
Later you weren't so much into the gaming stuff.
Back then.
Like until, I don't know, 30 when you bought a Switch or something? You bought a Wii, right?
I bought the Nintendo Wii when I was already back from Japan, back when I was living at the other apartment. But I remember that I played a lot of Nintendo 64, I think was the original one. Not original, but one of the old ones. I played that with...
Yeah, it's an old one, but I think third generation, maybe. I can't remember, we had a 64.
We didn't, but our cousin... She had this one at her dad's place.
Yeah.
So I remember every time I visited, we played this one. It was the one with the, I don't know, cassette thingy.
Yeah, cartridge, but
yeah, the cartridge.
I think up until the Nintendo, no, GameCube, they were all cartridges.
Okay.
GameCube was the first with a disc.
You have a GameCube now, right? You bought it?
No.
Because I remember I never actually played the GameCube.
I think I had only one Nintendo console, and that was Game Boy Pocket.
Yeah. Was it the color one or the gray one?
No, it was the gray one.
I think I never really owned a Game Boy, but I remember I got one of the...
Yeah, we had one at home, but I don't know where it came from.
I think our brother, the other one, came home.
Yeah, when he was older, but...
He has had the color one, right? The Game Boy Color.
No, not. I think color was too early for him. He started with a Game Boy Advance. Also a handheld, but later.
Mm-hmm. But the Advance was also like the black and white pictures, or...
No. We had, so not we, but there was a Game Boy, there was black and white.
Like the big one,
right? The first big one, right? Then there was a Game Boy Pocket, same system but small.
Okay.
Then there was a Game Boy Color. I think it supported all the old Game Boy games and the newer games with color. And then there came a new generation, complete different system. I think it was the Nintendo DS. No, Game Boy Advance. And then the Nintendo DS. I think he started with Nintendo DS.
Okay. I remember I have the DS. Actually, I have the DSi, a green one.
Yeah, but
because I bought that one in
DS
Japan.
Is very, very old.
Yeah, probably. But I remember someone had like a Game Boy Color. Maybe it was Nile from a friend or something.
Yeah, it could be.
Because I remember that I actually bought the Buffy game back then for Nintendo Color.
Yeah.
And I borrowed it from someone. And then the Game Boy Color, or maybe you borrowed the Game Boy Color from some of your friends. And I was able to play the game.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's quite blurry for me, so I don't really remember. But I also remember that we, for a short time, a weekend or so, we had the Nintendo that the Super Mario 3D came out for. Like, was it Galaxy? No, which one? Yeah, it was Galaxy, Nintendo Super Mario Galaxy. That was the first 3D Mario. And I remember we had that back in Falkensee. When we lived there. In Falkensee. And I remember we had that for a short time. Maybe we got it from Video World or something. And I remember that...
because we got also the PlayStation 1 for a short time from Video World.
Okay, so maybe
and then later I got it for Christmas.
Ah, okay. So maybe then that's the same case for the... I don't know which Nintendo that was for.
Yeah.
The 64?
I would say 64, yeah.
64 is the one with the 3D game. And I remember that I didn't like the 3D. It was total chaos for me. And recently, one of my Twitch friends, Tony, he played the old Nintendo Galaxy version on Switch because you were able to buy it in the Nintendo shop.
It is a classic, so
yeah, but
a lot of people love it, but I don't get it. Yeah, I'm not into Super Mario. I like the old ones, the 2D versions, but at a certain point, the games were so pretty fucking hard.
I know, for me,
you maybe have to cut the.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You can just curse.
Otherwise, you won't be monetized.
No, it's fine. You can curse. I know that for me, in the beginning, the 2D versions of the Super Mario were much easier as well. But especially for the Wii U, I think the 3D games were kind of okay. No, wait. Did they have a 3D version for the Nintendo Wii U? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I would say.
I know that they had the Super Mario Brothers for Wii U, which was a 2D version as well.
Yeah, but not really. When you say 2D, it's actually the style of the graphics, but you still have the same style, but it's now in 3D. Because you have, how could you say that? It's completely possible to turn the figure and see it from all sides. And when there was 2D, you only saw it from two sides.
But that's actually what I meant, because when I talk about Nintendo Mario 2D games, it's always you walk from left to right, and then you can jump up and down and stuff like that. So for me, that's 2D. And the 3D versions, like you say, is you can turn around every direction, and you can go
but
everywhere.
But it's actually the same game.
It's the same game?
Yeah, same gameplay.
Okay, yeah. And I'm not quite sure. I think the Super Mario Wii U was still 2D. The figures and everything looked a little bit more realistic, basically. But it's still, you were walking from left to right, and then you had different specialties, basically. You could play with several people, and you went into the bubble when you died, and if there was still another player, you could save them and get them back into the game. That was actually fun.
Yeah, to a certain point, definitely. I tried it on the Wii. We had the Wii at home, so I'm with my family.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With my wife and my kids, and we tried it, and it was actually fun, but still, it's pretty hard. So I don't think you could play together with your kids of 7 or 6 years old.
But if I
maybe if they start very, very early, but.
But do you feel that the really old Super Mario games were able to be played by children at the age of 7, 6? I don't think so, because they were also quite difficult.
Yeah, but I think more than today, because when I think back, and I had a Game Boy Pocket, I played. It's not Super Mario, but I played Donkey Kong the whole game through, and I was 10 or so. Maybe it's on another difficulty, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I think we should really try, maybe on Twitch or even here on the channel.
We will fail.
We will fail.
So hard.
I think you should definitely try together with me to play Mario Odyssey, because it is 3D, but for me it was much easier than the old 64 3D game, the Galaxy one, and it's actually much more fun for me at least. But what I remember is we used to play a lot of Sega back then, and we were always
because we had a Mega Drive. That's right.
Yeah, we had the.
But we didn't have many games.
We didn't. I remember I had the one game with Ariel and some other games
it was one cartridge with, I think, 3 or 5 games. I'm not sure. I think it was 5, because we only saw 3 games all the time, and the other 2 came once out of 100.
I remember that I always wanted to play Ariel, the Little Mermaid, and I had to take it out, put it in, take it out, put it in. It was so annoying, because we always. What was the other games actually?
I think it was Roadrunner and.
Turtles? No. Sonic? No.
Maybe some kind of a racing game or so. Flintstones, maybe.
I kind of remember Flintstones as well. But did we play that on Sega? Didn't we play that on the Commodore?
Oh, Commodore? I don't know. Not sure anymore.
I do remember there was one game on the PC, so-called PC, like I think it was the Commodore at Dad's place, where I always played a game with like the Mickey Mouse, what's the Donald Duck? With Donald Duck, and where you are on a, like, how do you say that? Fleece band?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I will put the translation in the video. But there was this fleece band with food on it, and then I had to like either take it out and put it somewhere or throw it somewhere. I remember I played it so much, and I kind of enjoyed that. But like the other old Commodore games, what else did we play? Maybe you were too young for that. Did you play that?
No, I'm not sure if it was the first game I played, but it is possible. It was something like Hot Wheels or so. You could.
Was it like a racing game?
It was super weird. Maybe you could comprehend it to Grand Theft Auto because you could buy a car and change color and then drive through some kind of city, and you could also work as a firefighter and drive a fire truck. It was weird. But I don't know what you else had to do. It had no point.
I remember we had some game with like changing the colors of the cars.
Yeah.
Weren't they on a platform turning around and then you could change things out?
Yeah, but I think only the color. Maybe tires or so, but the graphics couldn't visualize it, so I guess it was only the color.
The good old times.
I think what most interesting was the time when we played together, when we started with the PlayStation 1, and that was the time where we spent the most time together.
Definitely.
Playing.
You have to like understand, our rooms were directly next to each other. My room was on this side, his room was on this side, like it was so close. And we always spent time in your room and played PlayStation. And one game that we just recently talked about was Metal Gear Solid.
But then we played, or was it just in the beginning when we played in the
living room?
Yeah, in the living room. Maybe it was just in the beginning when we when I got the PlayStation.
For like when you tried it
for Christmas.
out. I don't
because I know I started with Gran Turismo and I think Tekken 3, and later on I'm not even sure if we had the full game Metal Gear Solid or just the demo. I think it was just a demo.
Okay.
Not sure.
Because I actually it's quite interesting to me because we have different memories of that. Because I don't really remember playing it in the living room. My memory is only in your room.
Maybe it was such a shiny moment for me that it's so present. I don't know.
And maybe
it was a shiny moment.
And maybe I forgot about it because we were distracted by the other siblings and parents and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to forget that. Because I remember when we were in your room, we closed the door and we spent so much time in there just alone, figuring things out and stuff. And I remember for Metal Gear Solid, I was not good at playing the game.
Me neither.
And actually, I think we were not able to have like a two-player game. We had to switch.
No, because there was no two-player option.
There was no two-player option.
But we made a two-player option, so...
We switched it up,
Not like really, no.
Once you played, and then I played, and then you played, and
but that was for just a short time. Yeah, because as you said, you weren't a professional gamer like me. And but you always supported me and watch out, there's another guard, don't go over there. And then when at a certain point you have to call the boss and call other colleagues who give you information about the destination you have to go to, you always notice the number I had to call.
I wrote down.
I don't think there was an option to save it, so you wrote everything down for me. Now this number. I
remember because when it didn't work and we died or something, we had to start from the beginning. That was annoying for Metal Gear Solid. And that's, I think, actually why I stopped actually playing it and you played and I just assisted you, basically. I was your notepad assistant because I died so quickly. I got caught and then I was dead after like 30 seconds. I remember trying to figure out the controller and how to crouch and like go around the corner and stuff like that. Yeah, I failed miserably and I died so many times.
Yeah, but as the title said, it was tactical espionage game.
Did it say that?
Yeah. You weren't supposed to walk around and punch people, and you could, but you actually shouldn't do it because it made the game much harder.
Yeah, that's true. And I also remember, like you said it before, Tekken. We played a lot of Tekken, and I remember you got quite mad at me because I was just randomly like smashing the buttons. I was not good at remembering the combinations.
Every Tekken player gets mad at this button smashers.
Because, I'm a button smasher. I still am, kind of, if I'm lost. And you are more like a tactical player. You know, like the combinations and stuff.
Really.
Well,
I'm still pretty bad in comparison to other people.
Yeah,
I have friends who are not fun to play with.
But you were definitely better than me. And you didn't smash buttons like a crazy person. What other games did we play? Was that all?
No, I think, I'm not sure. Yeah, Crash Bandicoot. I think that was the game we really played together because it had a two-player co-op, if I'm not totally wrong. And I think we really played it together for a long time.
On which console did we play that?
PlayStation 1.
Oh, yes, I remember. We also played that in your room.
Possible.
Because the PlayStation was in your room, of course. And I also remember, like, on the Sega, we also played Sonic sometimes. But I remember you said that you didn't really like Sonic.
No, not at all.
Because it was stressful. Because when I play it now, I recently got the Sonic Mania. It's quite stressful.
Yeah, I don't like it. He's too fast for my brain. But also the character has nothing to me.
It's not interesting.
Yeah, it's a fox, okay. Is it even a fox?
It kind of looks like a fox, even though it's blue. Like the
so
fur.
I don't know. And when I got older, and now in the last, I think maybe six years, I played more and more story-driven games, and that's when I really started to like them and started to like strong characters and the good storytelling. Like in the modern games, there's so good stories, really. I think I've seen much better story writing in games now than in movies. And
like what kind of games are you playing now? Because I'm not really into the role play kind of games.
It's more about
following a story.
Yeah, and living through the story, because other than in a movie, you really start to change the story and do what the character has to do. So when you have to make there are games where you have to torture somebody, or your character is being tortured. So it's so intense when you play it yourself instead of just seeing it. Yeah, like Last of Us, it's an incredible game. You really have to tell. And I think from my personal experience, Last of Us 2 has the greatest storytelling that I have seen in movie and in games. And there are a lot of people who hate it, but I don't know. I don't get it.
I actually saw, like, I'm spending some time on Twitch now, so I'm watching other streamers play games. It's quite relaxing for me because I don't have to do the work. I'm just, like, it's interesting because I feel like, I've been through the story, but I didn't have to do anything for that, so it's quite relaxing for me. And I saw, like, Tony also playing Last of Us and Day by Daylight, or what is it called?
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight. Yeah, and it's quite interesting.
Yeah, of course.
There's so much stuff you have to figure out. I remember when I was younger and I was spending a lot of time at our uncle's place together with our cousin. We played a game that was called, we basically played two games that we played a lot. One was Day of the Tentacle.
Yeah.
And the other one was Larry Leffer. The pervert games. Basically. But it was funny, and we are using like cheat codes all the time, and we were like, actually back then you had to buy magazines or books for the playthroughs to figure out like when you got stuck what to do next. And I remember we used that quite often because
you had game cards. You had specific game cards where that you could put in the console and then choose from a list of cheat codes.
Really?
Yeah.
For which console? Because I don't
PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 was pretty common.
I didn't really play much like games like that. Like Day of the Tentacle and the Larry Leffer, we always played that on the PC.
Yeah.
So we just bought it.
I don't think it came out for any console.
Yeah. But actually, not recently. I think in 2016, 18, like some time ago, they actually released like a modded version of Larry Leffer for Switch. And I'm actually quite mad that I missed that because now it's not available. It was for free free back then, and I'm actually quite mad that I missed it because they just put it out for free. And if I would have known that, I would definitely bought it and like replayed it because it's quite funny for me.
Yeah,
it's nostalgic.
But it has to be a very, very good game to play it again.
Yeah.
Because when you see the games now, it's in your memory. It's a good game, but not anymore.
Yeah, like I said, for Tony,
most of the time.
For Tony, that was Mario Galaxy, the old 3D game. And I was like, no, Tony, this game is so bad. Really, the 3D is so bad. And then he started playing it on Twitch and he was like, what the hell? This is so difficult. This is so bad. Why do I remember it so different? So that was actually like the real life realization of memory and...
But that's the point where you can find out which one is a classic and which not. Because the classics you can play again and you're still amazed by it.
Yeah.
Like, it's another topic, but when I saw Seven, the movie, half a year ago, again, it was like really mind-blowing how good the movie was.
Okay.
I loved it 10 or 15 years ago and saw it like 5 times or so. And now I wanted to rewatch it to see how good it really is.
How it held up.
How it held up, yeah. And it's amazing. It's really a masterpiece.
I actually
for me.
Yeah, for you. Like, I remember watching Seven so many times that for me it doesn't really have the effect. Yes, it's a good movie still, but for me, definitely that realization I have definitely for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but I haven't seen it for like 5 years, so it was part of it was gone. I still know every scene, but
yeah, but like the memory was kind of like washed away or something. Yeah, I mean, I actually haven't watched Lord of the Rings for quite some time before. I just recently watched all 3 parts. The last time I actually watched them was 2018 because, like I said, my boyfriend...
That's not so long ago.
It's not so long ago, but back then I watched it together with my boyfriend because he never saw Lord of the Rings until 2018. And I was like, how do you not know these movies? It's like a must-watch. Everybody needs to watch it.
It was a worldwide phenomenon.
Definitely. And specifically, like, I've read the books when I was, younger. And Peter Jackson did such an amazing job on like portraying the whole story. So for me, it's quite interesting. I remember we went into the cinema for the second Hobbit. We watched The Hobbit together
I think we watched the first one because it was in 3D and I hated it. And I wanted to watch other 3 parts.
2.
Hobbit?
The Hobbit has...
Okay, and I wanted to watch later the second part, but I said I couldn't. I just have to watch the first one again, but not in 3D.
Yeah.
I hated it so much.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
But like,
it's so irritating. It doesn't do anything for the story or the whole experience.
Yeah. I also think that we don't really need 3D for like the Hobbits and Lord of the Rings movies.
Not the way it is there. I think when you like
if they actually made it in 3D?
With VR is a complete another level. This is something different. But this, with some little things exploding left and right, it doesn't give me anything.
Yeah. And I remember that they didn't really shoot in 3D like the original Lord of the Rings movies. And I'm not quite sure if they actually shot the...
Did they resample it in 3D?
I'm not quite sure. I think they did the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movie. The Hobbitse movie. All of the 3 Hobbit movies were actually shot in 3D. And that's why
the 3 Hobbits movies? You just said there too.
No, there are in total 3. We saw the first one and then you said you couldn't watch the additional 2 movies without rewatching
so I have
the
still
first
2
one.
to watch. Actually 3.
There are in total
because
3.
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, I watched the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies together with my boyfriend in 2018 because we weren't able to find them online with Japanese subtitles. So when we actually went to Japan in 2018, I was really on a hunt to get the extended edition DVDs, Lord of the Rings in Japanese with English subtitles and also the 3 Hobbit movies. I didn't get the extended Hobbit movies in Japanese, only the normal version.
That must have sounded pretty weird. I love Japanese. What is it, sub? So when the voice line is original, is dubbed,
yeah.
When it's an anime or maybe a video game or something like
But we actually watched it in English dub, like audio, and then with Japanese subtitles for him. That's usually how we watch movies, like in English and then like the original audio and then with the Japanese subtitles, or we watch Japanese movies with Japanese audio, of course, original, and then English subtitles for me. And he was like quite surprised. He's not very much into the whole fantasy genre, but he enjoyed the movies.
Yeah, of course.
See, that's what I always say. I think if you've watched the movies and you say you didn't enjoy them, like what's wrong with you? Something is wrong with you. Definitely.
And the moment when the first Lord of the Rings came out, I knew from the beginning, this is something special. When we have kids someday, and imagine how weird it has to be. You watch TV and suddenly there's the Lord of the Rings. You never heard of it, you never seen of it, and there's such an amazing movie.
Yeah.
It came every year. One part came out, I think.
Yeah, once they
They shoot all three parts together, but
1 year apart they released them.
Yeah, and it was from 1 year to another year. You were so patiently and.
For me, it was actually quite
so hyped.
Definitely,
and new trailers.
And I remember they had a cliffhanger for Hobbit 1. Like we watched it in the cinema, and then it was done, and I was like, "What? Now I have to wait 1 year to watch it again? What the hell?" So but like I said,
and they had also pretty great games from the Lord of the Rings.
I actually never played a Lord of the Rings games.
I think it was the first really good game was for PlayStation 2, I think, but I don't know the name anymore. But you could play it with a friend. That was awesome. Maybe 2 or 3 friends. I don't know.
Okay. I remember because you could play the different characters.
Yeah, right.
Like the Hobbits and Legolas and
yeah. It was awesome. And there also was Age of Empires type of game.
Age of Empires is a war kind of like a game, like a battle game.
Tacticals. You have to build houses.
Or like Anno something.
Yeah, produce little Legolas units.
Legolas units?
Yeah, stuff like that. And it was okay.
See, do you have the Lord of the Rings?
There's also for PlayStation 4 a game that's pretty good. Shadow of Mordor or something like that.
Do you actually have the Lord of the Rings games for the PlayStation?
No, sadly not. I started collecting PlayStation games 5 years ago, but until now I have to buy definitely the one for PlayStation 2.
We should definitely try to get that because I would love to play that and try to play that, even if I'm just assisting and not dying the whole time.
I think you could play the whole story campaign together.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, of course.
And I think maybe it's not that expensive.
No, and it's also not that hard. It has a solid difficulty. It was okay. You could play it.
Well, if I can play it, then we should definitely try. Did you ever play and enjoy the Resident Evil games? Because I know you're not a fan of the movies.
It's weird. I wouldn't say enjoy, but I like them. Because I'm not the best guy to play horror games at all. I like them, but it starts to freak me out so fast.
Yeah.
I once played Doom. It's not even such a really pure horror game. It's more like it's a lot of splatter in it. So, I bought it for PC, made my whole room dark.
No.
Played like 5 minutes and said, okay, I'm done.
No, at my old apartment.
But no, wait, you asked me about Resident Evil. Yeah. But I actually like them. The first one I saw was when I was at my friend's house, and he played, I think, Resident Evil 2 or 1, I don't know. No, Resident Evil 2, yeah. Because I just bought the remodeled version, the new one.
For PlayStation?
Yeah, PlayStation 4. They have completely redone the second one.
Yeah.
Second one. And now I'm older.
Really?
I don't cover up my windows. And
he is actually 86 years old. He's old enough.
And it's a great game, and I liked the original also, but when I was younger, it was pretty scary.
I remember like in 2010, that was actually the first time that I actually bought a Resident Evil game for Wii, back when I got the console. And I tried...
But it's a rail shooter, right? It's not a real kind of...
No, it's like you are going around and you try to complete tasks, and on the way you're shooting some zombies and stuff like that. It's actually like not a role play, but like you said, it's like a normal gameplay thingy. The shooter one I got for Switch. It's horrible. It's no fun at all. But the one that I played in 2010, it was the same for me. I tried to play it. I played it, I think, for 10 minutes. First of all, I always died. Second of all, I kind of got so spooked by the game and by the zombies that came, and I played during daylight, that I actually threw my controller all across the room. Because I got so scared by the game. So after that, I couldn't play it anymore. So my boyfriend played the game several times because he enjoyed it so much. And I was like, again, assisting him, like, hey, you should go there, you should do this, you should, you know, like, I don't know. I'm good at assisting people in games, I guess.
To play.
Yeah.
But you know, the great thing is that the whole video game, what is it?
World?
Yeah, the whole video game world has become so big, and there's so many games.
There's something for everyone.
Right now there's something for everyone. I've played now a game which is called It Takes Two, right?
I heard of that.
It Takes Two. It is a two-player co-op game, story-driven, and you have to play it together. You can't play it solo. And the whole story is being told together, the two characters, and you both play them, and it's pretty cool.
What do you actually have to do in the game?
It's kind of like a jump and run.
Okay.
It's similar to Super Mario, but then you have a boss fight now and then. And
which you also have at Super Mario or in Super Mario?
Do you? Yeah,
you have a lot.
Every browser, right?
Bowser, yeah.
Bowser, I'm sorry.
Browser.
You had a browser you have to defeat.
The browser's name is Firefox Internet Explorer.
And there are also co-op games you can play with a whole bunch of people together, which is pretty awesome because it's not like you're playing together the whole time, but you give the controller to the next person, and it's like there's a story,
and then the next,
right. And it's pretty awesome. There was the game The Dark Pictures, Man of Medan, and it's like a horror movie you can live through with a bunch of people together. And it's awesome. Everybody, you can be good or bad. It doesn't matter because when you're bad, you die in the story, but it's still part of the story, and it's awesome. When you had a situation where a friend could decide if he wanted to help my character or not, or to hide in a corner, and of course.
He hid in a corner?
Yeah.
Was it Stefan?
Yeah. But it was an awesome experience.
So did you actually die because Stefan was...
No, I did not die, but I got caught by the guards. And he actually tried in like the first scene to get away from all of us and to survive the whole story. So he would be the only one who had survived.
Really?
Yeah.
That's Stefan, honestly. But that's kind of funny.
It was awesome.
I didn't really expect anything less from him.
Yeah, but these are the little things that make it really a fun experience.
Yeah, I think so too.
So when one person finds like a knife or so, it could end bad for another person because maybe he gets the knife later and then sorry.
It's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's kind of like. Do you remember when I was shooting the
people?
No, the Fallen movie, and it was you could actually decide how the movie.
Yeah, it was an interactive movie.
Yeah, an interactive movie. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, it has similarities, definitely. But it's more a game.
Yeah, of course it's a game, but it's basically the same concept. I didn't really, play games like that.
You should.
You could argue that Super Mario multiplayer mode is kind of the same.
But it's not story-driven.
There's a
story, but...
and actually, if I die, it doesn't really matter for the other people. Like, Yoshi is still going. Luigi's still going. They don't care if I die, so it's not the same. You're correct, yeah. But, like, recently, I don't know if you're much into, like, rhythm games and stuff like that, but I think we should definitely try playing also Taiko no Tatsujin together, like the the drum game that I usually played in Japanese game centers with the huge like taiko drums.
I played once Rockstar with drums and e-guitar.
It's similar,
and
kind of.
singing, but I think we were 4 people. That was awesome.
Yeah, you can actually play.
So,
I think it would also be fun to play that with the kids when we have enough controllers to like actually, because then we can play I think up to 4 people, and yeah, we can play to the same song and. Also, I also got recently Katamari Damacy, which is also a Japanese game from Namco Bandai for the Switch. And you actually are a prince and you're sent to Earth to collect things. And you basically just roll around a ball, which is called the Katamari. And when you roll around the ball, you pick up things with it. And the Katamari grows bigger and bigger and bigger.
But what's the point of the game? I saw it.
To get the Katamari as big as you can so that that you actually pass the level.
So kind of like Patapon.
Oh, Patapon?
Yeah.
I remember
there was
the
a song
name.
Game for
wasn't it like...
Started for Patapon.
Yeah. But wasn't that like a drumming game?
I'm not sure. Was it Patapon? There was one game where you were like a blob and then walks through a level and the blob had to collect flowers or something like that and got bigger and bigger.
Okay.
Or was Patapon the other game where you had to press buttons in the rhythm to make your little...
You can say it in German too.
Untertan. Your soldiers, if you pressed in the rhythm, then your little soldiers became motivated and won the fight.
Yeah, that's Patapon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because I remember you have to play the drums and then the...
Loco.
So Katamari is also like that kind of game. Also Japanese and it's also like weird. But it's fun and the soundtrack is actually very good. And like I said, I saw it on Tony's channel on Twitch. I was like, this looks so fun. I want to try that. And then I saw the demo for free on the Switch and I got it, but I was just able to like play the first level and it was quite short. And then I highlighted in my Nintendo shop. And last weekend, Saturday or Friday, I got a notification that the game is on sale. Usually it was $15 and then it was $4.99. And I was like, okay, that's my chance to get it. What a steal. So I just like bought it and played it on stream for the first time yesterday. And Leah was actually watching me and she was like, this looks so stressful. But as I continued playing the levels, it got really interesting for me because then I could pick up takoyaki and I could pick up Japanese mayonnaise and soy sauce and stuff like that. So I was feeling like I'm going shopping and I just collect all my shopping for this week. Was actually funny. I don't know if you would enjoy those type of games. I don't think so. It's kind of silly and stupid for you.
No.
Yeah. But like you said before, I really want to try it, like playing the Lord of the Rings game.
Definitely.
And we also talked about playing Metal Gear.
Yeah, something fun. I don't know which one, but I think we will find some good games to play.
Yeah. And actually, I got the, what is it called? The Nintendo NES in small, like the mini version from my brother for Christmas last year or for my birthday last year. Like just recently. And one evening we sat down in front of the TV because it had so many games on there, 500 games, and we just started like switching through the games and trying them out like one by one. There were so many strange games on this console, and I actually we figured out today how to connect it to my computer that I could play them on Twitch as well. So I'm kind of interested to actually play them together with you, maybe on stream, so maybe we will do that.
It's up to you.
If you don't know my Twitch, I will definitely leave a link below. And I actually want to play more games on Twitch in the future. Maybe alone, maybe not alone.
We'll see.
Maybe with people, we will see. But I actually really enjoyed talking to you today in this new format. It was very interesting because we sometimes talk about having different memories, in and from our childhood. So it's kind of interesting to exchange memories and talk about those things. So today was definitely the perfect occasion for that. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Or do you have anything else to say?
No, it was fun.
Thank you, great. I had fun too, and I hope we can continue this, maybe in a different occasion with a different topic or something like that. If you have any questions or topic not recommendations, but requests, please leave them in the comments below. Like I said, like and share this video, as always, do all the good things, and yeah, we will see you, or I will see you in the next video. Have a great week and a great weekend. Stay real, keep it real, and as always, bye bye.